Hi everyone, I'm Will. Uh, I'm a rising sophomore, and for my project, like Rachel just said, I chose an obstacle avoiding chameleon robot. It's my first year at Bluestamp, and I don't have much experience in any sort of coding, like just block coding and Lego Mindstorm, which is like for 10-year-olds, but let's not get into that. But yeah, so I'll just show you a quick demo. I'll share my screen here. Start broadcasting. Okay. Okay, so as you see here, this is the structure of the beast. I got a little Lego guy on top, got the ultrasonic sensor and the color sensor underneath, so they're tucked away. And I got the LED light strips up on top. And so if we go ahead, you can see it can avoid my foot. I use it so I can just keep going around. And for this program, what I had to do is basically, if it would see an obstacle within 5 inches, it would stop, reverse, and turn until it has a clear path. And you can see it changes colors, and then changes colors to red here. And I'll skip just a little ahead, see it changes colors even more, and to prove it doesn't only avoid my foot, you can see, get a nice side angle, it can avoid my refrigerator. Yeah, so that is what it looks like. And so yeah, for the first milestone, I had to build the chassis and set up the motors. And for that, I had a battery pack, a motor driver, and just the Arduino Uno board. That involved just simple coding, some basic structuring, and I was feeling pretty confident because I found that rather easy. And then I realized what I had coming was much, much harder. And that brings me to my second milestone, which is completing the main project. And that's setting up the ultrasonic sensor, which was a pretty hard challenge. I mean, I worked with ultrasonic sensors, but with Lego. So this is much more complicated. It's not block coding. But after a couple of days, I got over it, and it seemed to work pretty well. I wrote a basic code. And then milestone 3 was modifications. And this was by far the hardest part. So my chassis was getting pretty stacked, pretty heavy, and I only had one set of batteries, so which is 6 volts. So I doubled the voltage. I set up the LEDs, set up the color sensor, and it worked, but individually. So then I have to combine those codes to make it so whatever the color sensor sees. How that works, by the way, is basically what it sends out like a white light, and whatever color is reflected, it takes that and then it will bring it straight to the LED light strips and project it. So after a lot of hard trial and error, I got them to work together. And that brings me to my last part, which is structuring, which I found actually one of the hardest parts. So I got my old remote control car that is no longer in use, clearly. I cut it up, and then I wanted to put the LED lights through here. So I wanted to cut through it, but it was too thick, so I got creative and soldiered a little hole, put a little Lego guy on top. I was going to dress up as him, but then we had to dress professional, so that doesn't work out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So overall, I'd say this was an amazing experience. I've learned so much. I went from block coding and Legos to actual wires and robots and actual coding. And like my dad always tells me to never give up, and now I really see what he means, because I wanted to give up a couple times, but I never did, and it works now. So yeah, any questions?
Awesome job, Will. Yay, round of applause. Great work.